I've made Cabernet all along. I made the wine at Chapelet for all the 80s and some of the great mountain Cabernet vineyards of the world. But toward the end of my tenure there was a wine inside of me that needed to get out. It's the only way I can describe it. And this wine was both powerful, which Cabernet is going to be powerful no matter what you do, how you grow it, how you make it. But to me, it's much more interesting at the intersection of elegance. And those sound like opposites, but I've spent my whole life playing with the yin and yang of trying to get both power and elegance in the same glass. And in order to do that, I needed to, this wine inside of me was not a mountain Cabernet. It was what we used to call the Rutherford bench. So it's alluvial soils coming out of the western hills. And between roughly Oakville and St. Helena historically, I've focused on one little tiny corner of the world, and that is benchland, those alluvial soils between Rutherford and St. Helena, which are contiguous. So toward the end of my tenure at Chapelet, I started to buy grapes and barrels instead of cars and houses as a young adult. And I was still making wine for other people for a very long time, all the way through 2003. My first vintage, of course, in Napa Cabernet was 1987. And in order to make this all happen, I never did find the rich aunt. So in order to keep this all these balls in the air, I made wine for other people for a long time. But, and so lots of Cabernet from all over the valley over the years. But for this particular project, it's all benchland fruit. And as people have been talking, I've been musing that, especially as we talk about organics and biodynamics and soils, that everything in this glass came from either the earth or the sky. That's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. We don't do anything. It's just a living organism converts it from grape juice into wine. So everything in that glass, earth or the sky. So that's why we're all talking about the vineyard so much, because great grapes make great wine, period. And so I tend to, more and more, all my life, I spend more and more time out in the vineyards, and it can speak of time and place, and that's our job, I think, is to interpret the time and the place.